ride with me to work. So here we are on Interstate 20, right in the middle of Atlanta, just inside the perimeter. If you guys don't know what the perimeter is, it's a loop, Highway 285, that makes a complete circle around Atlanta Metro. And that's what we call the perimeter here. I didn't realize that when I first got here, but once you're here, you know. So this is I-20 going over to 85, 75. We're going to go north. That takes a few miles to get to. You know, I don't know about in your city, but here in Atlanta, people drive pretty crazy, especially if you get into rush hour. You will see people passing the shoulders, crossing multiple lanes at the same time. It's different from where I've ever been. And maybe it's just because I'm here now and other places are just as bad now. I do travel sometimes, but typically when I'm traveling, I'm not driving there. So hopefully on this ride, anybody watching will get to see some crazy stuff. At least that's what it's not always fun to see because it's just amazing sometimes. Job, I work on autonomous vehicles, and I really don't like it all as much as I thought that I would. I still like working on cars. That's why I still have my mobile mechanic business. But during the daytime, I work on these autonomous vehicles. I work on the manufacturer side of the vehicle. We have all this autonomous stuff in the car. But the autonomous people don't want to really give us any information, so when we're trying to work on things and figure out what's going on with them, we have to pass the car back and forth between groups, and it makes everything so much more of a hassle than it needs to be. So anybody out there looking to go to work for the autonomous vehicle people, just don't. Because they don't have it together. They don't give you the information that you need to be able to successfully work on the cars. And anytime you're dealing with something like that where you're not given the information you need to above that. I'm not sure how far above it, but above it. And it's fine. I don't really have a problem with all the traffic flowing above speed limit. It's okay by me. I don't think speed is really the problem. I think it's the paying attention to what you're doing while you're driving that needs to happen. Parts of the drive is the tunnel. Even though it's not a very long tunnel, it's not like you're in Colorado or something. But I still get the same effect. So now we'll basically stay in this lane all the way until we get past part of Midtown here, and then we'll move over one lane to the right and stay there until we get off the highway. So this is my first time doing like a full-on let's ride with me to work. I don't know if this is something anybody wants to see or not. Things that makes you feel better about your own ride to work when you're on the train or on a bus or wherever, but I thought I would give this a shot and see what happens. So I'll just ramble on a little bit, I guess, and so like I said before, I work on autonomous vehicles during the daytime. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody just because of the experience that I've had with the one that I work for. I just don't like the way the workflow goes. The more I learn about them, the less I like about them. Now, do I feel like they're safe? Yeah, they're safe. They have enough equipment on them that they're not going to hit anything. The way they drive is solely dependent on who taught them how to drive. Because they have drivers that go out and do all the learning for the car. So the car learns as the driver drives. And as you all know, not everybody drives the same way. So some of these cars get a bit more aggressive than others. But still, they won't hit anything because the radars won't let them. have music playing. Normally I usually have it on satellite radio here because this is my older vehicle and it doesn't really connect up to Apple CarPlay, so I just have satellite radio on this one. But copyright things and all. So here we are, hopping off the highway. Thanks for riding along with me to work. And hopefully this did something for you. Gave you some kind of time killer. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Leave comments. Tell me it's stupid. I don't, just do something, please. And help me grow my channel. Let me know how dumb this was or how much you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching so much, and I will catch you next time. You guys have a great day.